Today is May 29th. My name is Ian Kim, and today I'm here with Namyoung Park on behalf of the Houston Asian American Archive at Rice University. Thank you so much for your time today, Namyoung.
You're welcome. I'm glad you came.
To begin, can you state your full name and tell me when and where you were born?
My whole Korean name is Park Namyoung. Originally, I was from Korea, born in North Korea and raised in South Korea. Then I came to USA in 1956 as an exchange student, and I'll be able to study at the Davidson College with full scholarship.
Can you share your childhood experiences growing up in North Korea?
Okay, I have some three stages of the growing in Korea. As most of the Korean or the American knows, the 1930. I was born in 1931, but this period is most kind of complicated. People were worried. The period after the Russo-Japanese War in 1904. Unfortunately, Japan won this war. Then Potsdam Conference, 1905. America had a secret conference with Japan and hand out Korea. That was 1910. Japan occupied for the next 35 years. So I was raised during the Japanese period from 1930. So I went to grammar school in Mokpo. It's way down south. After my father was resigned from Japanese bank as president of the Hamon Industrial Bank, and our father gained some knowledge of how the Japanese is trying to make money. So he moved Mokpo, where was a seaport, and what they call Kokchang, at the rice warehouse. He thought he could make money. He did. So when I was 6 years old, we moved to Mokpo. I was raised in Mokpo. I would live it for the next 16 years. So at the beginning, since my father was well educated in Korea and Japan, he thought that the best way is he sent his son to American missionary operated school. So he sent me a kindergarten. Hisong Yuchiwan is operated American missionary Mokpo. My memory, first day I learned Jesus loves me. Then after come back, I sing loudly. Then I become all of a sudden a famous child and singer. So in spite of I grew up in a Buddhist family, father was proud of me and said, Namyoung, sing Western song, Western Jesus song. Then I started singing, 예수 사랑하심 everywhere. Even my grandmother like it. So I become a kind of famous in a hometown. Then, next 6-year grammar school, but of course, this is under the Japanese occupation. Unfortunately, the Japanese government forced us to change our Korean name to Japanese name. So my Japanese name was Inoue. So I was educated under Japanese teachers. That time wasn't much problem. I thought I was a Japanese because I was educated by Japanese teacher. Our two neighbors are Japanese. So I was kind of confused stage. Am I a Korean? Why Koreans are different from Japanese? Why I have two names? But Japanese teachers were nice, kind. Actually, I enjoyed. But the problem is, due to the Korean tradition of the Hash family kind of teaching, Confucius teaching, Buddhist teaching, and the Japanese Shintoism, I was actually kind of confused, even my nationality. I thought I was Japanese. Then, now began middle school under the Japanese authority. Luckily, I went to one of the best, only Japanese middle school in Mokpo. Original Japanese is planned to accept only Japanese. But after World War started, 1944-2, Japanese government was saying, Naisen Ittai. Japanese, same, Koreans are one body. So kind of try to avoid the kind of racial discrimination in order to achieve their purpose to occupying entire Eastern nation. So Japanese middle school, my Mokpo middle school, accepted only 5 to 6 Korean students, each class, picking up very carefully their parents' background. Then even I remember every Friday we have to submit our daily, what we did. So Japanese teacher can read what our Korean families are teaching about the Japanese policy and Japanese government. So that kind of situation, I am still under the kind of control, then discrimination. But luckily, they said, we are attending best Japanese school. I still remember, I have pictures, all the first grade, second grade, third grade in the middle school, wearing a mini Japanese school. Just like soldiers, we call mini Japanese student. It's a wartime. We paid the tuition, we carried our lunch, then attached it to Japanese army or factory, working 8 hours every day.
As a middle school student?
Working for the war purpose, winning purpose. We are forced to attend shrine, Japanese shrine, every 8th day, because war started 8th of December to commemorate 8th of war, Hawaii war attack, and also asking, when did this war, praying to the Japanese god, Shinto. So here, I am another mentally in a childhood religion confused. Why there are so many gods? Whenever I go to the Buddhist somewhere with my grandmom, always say, Nam, bow the head, mountains, rivers. So here is river god, mountain god, and so on. One day I tried to ask the question, Daddy. I am singing Western song, Jesus loves me. I'm happy when I go to kindergarten, I can smile. The Korean teacher hugged me at kindergarten. But after 5 hours, when I come to home, I'm a completely different child. Afraid of my parent, asking questions, the discipline. That was it's a society, Korean society, those days, 1945. Then one day, the day before war was over, we didn't know. Tomorrow, the Japanese soldier, we are touching now, Japanese soldiers working. One of the lieutenants said, tomorrow, you don't have to bring the tools. That's important. Radio message, 12 o'clock. We couldn't figure out what's going on. By the 1944, Japan was losing war in the South Pacific. Then 12 o'clock, they set up small table on the army compound and white clothes and a small radio. And then at the 12 o'clock sharp, they are asking the salute to the radio. We don't understand the word. Then the captain said, here, important speech by the emperor, Hirohito. But we couldn't hear sound what he is saying. Then when speech was over, captain said, everybody go home, war is over. But they didn't say defeated Japan. So this is August 15, 12 o'clock radio. Officially announcing. Then when I went home, Daddy was saying, don't go out, don't say anything. Why? War is over, Japan was defeated, they are going back to the home. But now city has all Japanese soldiers and a policeman. If you speak something against Japan, you will be killed. So you are Korean. You are not Japanese. Then I said, oh, I am Korean. So this is the beginning of new era for me. Said Korean independence from tomorrow. Then we operated our school by ourselves. When I went to school next day, we had only 6 students, so new beginning in our studying a new school. But the next 2 years, so 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th, practically, even I attended school, I didn't learn anything. Well, actually, we didn't have a teacher. Japanese student coming from Japan, evacuating, they have become college student, become a teacher, and they're teaching. So that Korea was chaos. School or just kind of chaos situation. Then demonstrations every day. When, as we recall, what it goes, Russia and America set up, we're going to control Korea, setting up trusteeship. for the next 5 years. We don't understand what the trustship, but demonstrations instigated by the teachers and upperclassmen, demonstrations everywhere. I didn't watch many trustship, but I become a kind of a leader. Well, I like to stand up in front of the student and leading entire student or demonstration against Russia, then against America. So my high school was kind of chaos, but the father, who was educated Japan, I had a family education. When the father opened a new store, even he put the English. He by himself and he wrote in English, Taedong Trading Company. So I learned my first English from my father. So accent was terrible. I still remember. That is a pen, that is a pen. But I enjoyed learning. Then high school, I studied hard and English, German. Then I become always a student and a class president. But I wasn't smart because my father, every night, Namyong, after dinner, come. Then he's asking homework and what to do. I was really kind of those days upset toward my father. Even I planned a few times to commit suicide. It's so harsh. But now I appreciate. I am a valedictorian, and when I was graduated from Korean high school, because my father, that he was happy. Governor, then he invited my first grade of teacher, of Korean teacher in a grammar school, and they congratulated me. Then, now we know, in order to get into the university, it's very hard those days. So money was involved, bribe was involved, the family connections involved, and so on. Luckily, I was be able to enter Korean University. So start the childhood and go to college. Okay.
Before we go on to there, so can I also ask more about your family? Because it's clear that your father was really important to you. I also saw that you had several siblings as well. Like, what was your relationship?
So, from Korean War study is very important, everything. But the family life, I was happy. My family was comparatively rich, well-to-do family. One's father was a bank president. Then he made a lot of money after he came to the Mokpo. I remember one time he had 7 houses. So when I was a kid, I'd go to the house to house to collect the rent. But my mother was really unhappy. Mother was the North Korea. She was from North Korea when my father went to the Hamhung, met my mother in North Korea. So my father had all Jeju clan from brought the Jeju and very close to the Jeju, to Mokpo. It's a funny way, those Jeju people against people from what they call land people, 육지 사람. So mommy was isolated, always wanted to go back to North Korea or Seoul. My family is a very strong Buddhist family. Even my father's cousin had a temple in Jeju, a big temple, what they call Chongguang Temple. I visited once, and there was a big, large temple. And even my mommy's side in North Korea is Buddhist family. My aunt, she was a beautiful lady. One day, I remember no hair came to my home, and a woman monk, what they call a woman monk. So under that condition, at the age 11, I was be able to visit the Christian family, my friend, whose father was a famous medical doctor who was educated in Tokyo University, invited me to sit down and eat dinner. Then first time I observed all family sit together, singing, eating at the same big table. Then my child mind is, oh, one day I grown up, I will marry with a Christian girl, and a family not like my family. Father was giving order, always giving order. Well, the mother was influenced too. Always bamboo sticks in something wrong. Come down, sit down, son. That kind of family. But I was making good grade, and also I was a president of the student body, president of the classroom. So father was kind of lenient. He knew I'm going church Sunday, but I cannot carry the Bible because my grandparents said, no, my father is keep secret. So even I sneak out every Friday night. Father didn't say. But later, so as long as you make good grades, I'm not going to say anything. So just keep a good grade. So kind of deal. So this is my childhood life, in a little portion.
So were there any other really important memories for you during this time?
So now I become a Christian. I'm going to Seoul and become start war. Shall I start now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I passed the law school of Korea University. Then my brother, 13 years old, wanted to go to school in Seoul, so we both too went to the Seoul and entering new life. We boarding house. I was cooking, and within 1 month later, June the 24th, 5th, started the Korean War. My mother wanted to see how we are doing, Mother Nature. So she's coming to the Seoul to see how we are doing. That night, mother arrived, my grandmother, North Korean side, grandmother came, Mama, do you know the North Korea attacked South Korea this morning? Yeah, I heard. But just Nobody worrying about we thought we're going to win the war if they invade. You know, South Korea, that's the propaganda, and what the last 4 or 5 years. That's a whole different situation. Then second day of war started, actually 25th is war, started war 26. I could hear sound of the cannons from north of the Seoul where we're staying. Then third day, now radio, newspaper saying North Koreans advanced to the north of the Seoul. So third day, night, 27th, the second night, said he gave order all evacuate from Seoul to the south. And Mommy was saying, Nam, you better go to the Mokpo, where my brother stayed with 4 brothers. Mom, I cannot leave. Mom, you are 6 months pregnant, and the brother is a boarding house. Even you don't know your address. But she was insisting. So she made already money bag, said go. That night, 27th night, I knew if I go to Mokpo, I will be arrested by the student, they call the train ride student, you know, for the near the Mokpo. I will be arrested. So if I arrive at Daejeon, maybe I go move toward Busan. So the mama, then I'm gone. Goodbye. But you have to find I gave our brother's address. And finally, third day, news was saying North Koreans are in Seoul. Seoul was occupied by the North Korean. That point, Mommy was saying, Namyoung, go to boarding house. Go get your brother. She was crying, so I just left. Walk, and everything just stopped in 5:30 in the morning. Oh, actually, I went across the Han River. When he went to the Han River, kind of broad bridges. I thought our South Korean border, but no. North Korean, they said that the news said the South Korea intentionally they destroyed. So I turned around, coming home. It rained a little bit. 5:30 in the morning, I waited until the sun come out, and at 6 o'clock, I started going boarding house. Then, all of a sudden, roaring sound, big vehicle. Then I went to the corner. I saw the 3 big tanks are rolling down. I thought that this is a South Korean withdrawing tank, possibly, you know. But when I saw the tank operator, different. Suntan and the North Korean flags. Wow. That point I was just scared back and about 30 feet. See the Chongno police station. I saw 2 North Korean motorcycle. 2 North Koreans are dead, they're breathing. Then I judged, oh, he was killed just 3 minutes ago. Then I saw another 2 Korean policemen killed too. They all 4 shot. At that point, I turned around and rushed to the home. It was already 8 o'clock. Then I explained the situation to Mom. Mom, I cannot bring the brother. In the meantime, by the 8:30, I can hear everybody. The big sound, Mansei, Mansei. Already North Korean is occupied, Namdaemun. That's where my grandmother's home. So it's take about some 5 to 10 minutes. I went there. I was shocked. So many North Korean supporters, what they call the partisan, fifth columns, are supporting the North Koreans and everybody. So I went home. Now I thought it was safe to bring my brother. Then in the city street in front of my grandmother's house, first time I saw what they call People's Court.
People's Court.
It was court, yeah. I saw the people sitting up and North Korean politician stand up and said, this woman is committed, the blah. Then shooting gun I saw there. The first time woman's chest got busted. That point I just turned around and went home. I was able to bring my brother. He was crying. Brother, you didn't show up 3 days. And so I couldn't make it. I'm sorry, brother. The mom is waiting for you. Let's go home. Even he didn't eat the 3 days. And so, next 3 months under the communist occupation, terrible things happening. Just the terrible things happening. First 19 days under the communist occupation, it was okay. But this condition, I have to do something to support my family. So I made a wooden small box with a rope, went to the Ulchiro and the main street of the Seoul, started selling gwabegi. That is the fried flour tortillas. Same as tortillas, the Chinese tortillas. Was okay. I sold a lot. So as soon as I sold it, and I go back, factory and buy again. But in 3 days, North Korean soldiers come in on the street and are looking for something. But neighbor people, they are making money selling American cigarette and American chocolate. So I did the same thing, changed chocolate and cigarette. Then one day, North Korean officer asked me where I can buy watch. So I can get you tomorrow. Then he came, he wanted to buy 6 watches. He was my best customer. Next 4 days coming every day. But I was scared to death. He may come back, and when he come back, he's going to shoot me because the watch is not running. I mentioned every time he buy a watch, this is old watch. I took watch shop and newly gilded, paint, gold. But I don't care. As long as it looks good, I buy watch. He buying watch, he come every day, 2 o'clock shop. Then after the 15 days, now situation different in the city of Seoul. They start arresting or asking voluntary army, Uyonggun.
For North Korea?
Uyonggun. So always my brother in front of me, we had a kind of a signal. If someone stand there or arrest him, he give me signal, then I can run. So now was the situation completely different. Everybody just started hiding, so on. The 19 days, I asked grandmom, I want to dig the underground. Underground. So I dig it. And upstairs, I made a wooden frame for a night bed, night hiding. So it was June, it was hot. July was hot. The underground is okay. Then upstairs at the night, worst thing is biting by bugs, by bed bug, pinde. I haven't seen in my life so many bed bugs are coming out, and whenever they're getting dark. So I was busy kidding with newspaper, just pounding. So my memory is terrible. Then I had all kind of signal. If North Koreans come home, give a knocking door 3 times, 2 times, what kind of. We're communicating with a signal. One night, all of a sudden, I hear truck sound outside, and then scream and yelling in the North Korean. Uh-oh. Then my brother said, they are here. It's quiet. They came in the house. So it is a young man. So evidently, somebody reported, our neighbor, young man is at this house. And the North Korean had a big bayonet. So Japanese house where I'm staying, the ceiling thin wooden. I like this one. Easy to thrust with. So whenever he thrust it, pull the gun, I can see the light, flashlight or candlelight. At that point I was really scared when I can see the light in North Koreans, and I just, come in. Then evidently mommy knew my location of where I am staying. When the North Koreans thrusted, mommy started screaming. She knew I would be killed, So Nam, come down. Namyeon, come down. I came down, tied and put me something like a rice bag and covered it up. I didn't have the time to do goodbye. They tossed me the truck. But I know at the beginning about 50 North Korean soldiers. And now I began another new horrible 29 days of the prison life as a prisoner. So they tried to find out why I didn't go to Mokpo first. Number 2, what I did during high school. They have a record, I cannot tell right. I was a student by the Hogukdan, Student Defense Force President. So I just said everything then. So they classified me anti-communist, number 1 category. That time I wasn't familiar, still 1 month and a half, so I don't know about the exact city of the Seoul. I was already Christian, now become. I'm a praying. But one thing I had faith in God. I depend on God. I pray every day. No way to survive eating 1 meal a day. Believe it or not, 1 meal. They had a purpose. They want to kill all. But until they kill, if give one food, can find something from dying prisoners. So, I lost the weight, about 30 pounds, and one day we had rumors we will be shot tomorrow at Westgate prison. 서대문 형무소. It's one of the largest prison where my uncle killed because he is from North Korea. Now, believe or not, situation is changing. One of North Korean came, Namyang Park. We are going upstairs. Your last interrogation. So he's taken upstairs, but he's now happening something. His accent is a Jeju dialect. Jeju dialect. North Korean soldier with South Korean accent. How he become a North Korean soldier? I was wondering. Then my brain popped up. Comrade, Tongmo. I called in North Korea, we have called it friends. Tongmo. Are you from Jeju? This is on the way to the. How do you know? Are you from Jeju? Nicely, I thought I better take advantage of something. My father was born in Jeju, so he asked me. I thought he would ask me, you too? So no, I didn't say I was born in North Korea. Even I left at age 6. At that point, I thought I better use him something. I like to use bathroom. It was left side. It's a small, just stairs, and small doors, window. Wow. The blue sky, so bright. I was so weak, holding my pants, no belt, belt. I saw the cross through the window. Okay, now God is with me. Then all of a sudden, from head to bottom, hot flushes coming down. I know I call Holy Spirit experience in a bathroom. But after they escaped, I found later that was a Catholic church, Myeongdong Catholic Church. So happened to be, through the window, I could see the background blue sky in the center. How could it happen? So I know I will be saved. I asked again, God, save me. This is last chance. The next evening, that evening, all prisoner. Our group is, I guess, about some 20, close to the 25. Tied the rope. It was a thin rope, or made of the rice straw. And said, we are going marching to the prison. So I know which. They didn't say which prison. So you cannot run or escape. Just follow the North Korean guide is front back. Then those days, constantly American airplane is flying, dropping bomb, and gunshot sound. All of a sudden, the American jet airplane. So somebody maybe send a signal, or I don't know at that point. All of a sudden, everybody North Korean soldiers first, just start to run, and the rope, lose the rope. my sense, what is the pangong or the foxfall? Those in the street and they gotta dig the old box for. I jump in. I cannot stay. Best I better run. I don't have a strength, but I don't know how I get the strength. I just jump to one. At least I changed 4 different foxes for. Reached home. I reached home. Knocked the door. Everybody knocked the door. Wooden door. Backyard, small yard. And they don't open because a lot of young people, a lot of crazy young people become crazy. All beggars, hungry people come and ask food. The mommy's coming. Open the door quick. Namyong, I'm Namyong. Mommy did hear and open. Don't look at me, my hair. Got the same clothes I wore. So she told me later. I realized my T-shirts and my pants were the same one when I was arrested. But here, 39 days, and I'm Namyong. She didn't believe it. I just come from prison, I'm learning. So find me hiding place, not the house. Well, those are all our area, it's all destroyed. And my brother, she knew it. Brother, follow me. Yes, that was. So another some 20 days I have to hide, this time. Believe it or not, no food. No money. So mommy was already 8 months now. I go to Namsan or market, collect some cheap stuff or pick up the made food and eating. Some even they didn't have the food to feed me. At that point, mommy brought the chuk. A bowl of the soup. So I survived, just only praying. Then I heard September 15, my brother brought news, Incheon landing. Americans are coming. Every day I hear the news, but why it took so long? Incheon is only 20-some miles, between Seoul and Incheon. Just they are not advancing so quick. Finally, one morning, the day evacuating North Korea, set the fire, Taepyeong Street, where I'm staying near the Namdaemun. Started the fire, every house. So many I was just even shocked. So many hiding young people come to the street, they are hiding like me. So I saw a lot of old woman's neck got shot, and nobody can help, I tried to save myself. One thing, one point, a bullet, bazooka sound, terrible situation. My mother was afraid of. She was carrying small bag, white bag. I never figured out what was she carrying. I thought money bag, that was the expecting baby's diaper. Huh? When bullets just came, the mommy put in front of my face to save me. This is mother's love. Try to save son. How did that thing Bag can hurt my waist. No way. So I thanked Mom, still, Mom, thank you, Mom. By the 2 o'clock, so quiet, completely different, so quiet, everything was so quiet. No bullet sound, no, just small little fires burning. Those Koreans are evacuated from Taepyeongno and Seoul. Then within 4 hours in the morning, manse, manse, manse everywhere. Then I walked down a little bit lower hill, Namdaemun, through the destroyed cannon hall. Korean flag was going up the old government building. I sat down and cried. I cried. Thank you, God. And then I ran to the street. Manse, Manse was Korean army and American armies were following. That is part one of my war story, how I survived. Next stories are joining army, the army life, so we can stop worldwide. Now, United Nations took their soul. We are waiting for the new baby. So Mommy said, Nam, you go to Mokpo. Tell family we survived as quick as possible. So I left Mom and my brother, went to Mokpo by train. No, not train. That time I know the congressmen, and they are quick to make money to buy rice in from Mokpo to bring the. I begged, let me go to your, whatever you hire the ships, Mokpo. Normally taking 1.5 days, 1 day to the Mokpo. Unfortunately, 24 hours later, waves had. I was sick, seasick. Went under the sea, ship bottom, no way to move. I'm still weak because of the malnutrition, and I lost, I think, about 40 pounds. And then I arrived in Mokpo. I was sick, barely walked to the home. Then I was even afraid of how my father gonna face me when he see me. Finally, I arrived home. I was shocked. I said, my father, old bears, just now he's an old man. I can hardly recognize it. Father, I'm Namyeong. Because he didn't say to me anything. Exactly the same as like my mommy saw me, didn't say. My father said, look at me, said, I'm a Namyeong, father. I'm come from Seoul. Why you are coming alone? It's the rest of the family. Dad said, Father, they are arrived safe. You don't have to worry about. He didn't believe it. Is that the true? He looked at my face. Yes, Father. I was sick. I wanted to sleep and lie down, So, Father, I'm hungry. He never go out to buy or something. He just went to street and bought soup. I asked him soup. Brought and I just got it. Then he woke me up about 10 o'clock. Nam Young, I read the newspaper and the radio. I heard the radio. Tomorrow, train, first time from Mokpo. Trains are open, Mokpo in Seoul. So you better go bring the mom. That time I thought my father was so cruel. I cannot move, you know. But I pretend I'm okay in front of my father. That's the reason that maybe he thought, you know, hey, look at me. Please go. Bring the mother. I thought I couldn't make it at the railroad station that morning. But when I bought the ticket, I was practically dead. 8 hours later, I arrived, sold, and I rushed to the mommy's, grandmom's home. But my mom wasn't there. So grandmom told me move to the friend's home. So I thought mommy. So the baby was born, you know, kind of, I heard. So my friends, mother said, your mom's left last night. Where? Mokpo. She went to Incheon. Oh boy. So at that point, I was weak. Dark. Next early morning, went to Incheon, searched it from the end to the end, asked pregnant woman. Couldn't find it. Finally, one last duck said, yeah, pregnant woman with a North Korean accent went to Mokpo. At that point, I was relieved, but I didn't ask if baby died or not, you know. Then come back. Home. So my friend who came from Marine Corps interpreter is looking for me, my friend, best friend, you know, looking for. He heard I went to Mokpo's come. We hugged and cried. They said, Namyoung, I'm now working as an interpreter, the 25th Division. I'm going to quit and you can take my job as an interpreter. You need to practice interpreter. So as long as we speak in English, no problem finding job. So I took it. Next story is my army life. 5 years. Okay. Then I also be able to work with American Army first time. American Army 25th Division as the interpreter. I enjoyed and eating good food, you know, at first, and good money. When those days, American units at the beginning are looking for the whoever speak the even a little bit English, working for the American armies. So lucky. So I changed it about 4 or 5 times in with American armies because I had opportunity to make more money. Even I become a chief Korean security forces of Suwon, Incheon, Suwon Air Base. So I had a good job. Then I was drafted 1951. 1951, Korean Army. That's interesting. I was supposed to get the training at the training center Jeju. But commanding officer, our regiment officer, was looking for the English teacher. He wanted to learn English because they are communicating with Korean military advisory group. Say, American soldiers attached in each regiment. So he took illegally to his home as a teacher. So training period, I was English teacher. Luckily, I had good food, good bed. Those days, at the beginning, all Korean soldiers, I stayed one day at the training center. Oh, the inside of tent smell was so bad. Food was terrible. I stayed the commanding regiment, commander's office. Then Korean Army is organizing interpreter sections in each regiment. Jeju Training Center, they set up interpret section. So now I'm a PFC. The training period is over. So commanding officer asked me, you're going to, instead of sending you in your front line, I'm going to send you interpret the section, then occasionally you can come and teach me English. And so best the deal. Then I've been hearing within 5 days, all my same groups finished training there at the front line. Those days, whenever send the army, just kill. Okay. Then one day, I was translating. They had a VIP. Some French army commanders and 8th Army commanders and all high-ranking officers coming together, about 15, and I got a picture here. After translated, Paek Seonyup was the army commander, Yukon, whatever, came to me, hey, PFC, Park, where did you learn English? Well, school and also from American missionary. I just studied myself too. So I'm gonna send you Korean what they call adjutant school, 부관 학교. The English officers. When you go to the 1 month the officer training. Then you're going to become the interpreter officer. 35 days I've become from PFC. I jumped into Yukon Jungi, first lieutenant. My father surprised when I visited. I thought you're PFC. I didn't tell, you are Yukon Jungi. So next 4 years actually, I worked as a liaison officer, UN liaison officer, as another word, interpreter officer for the United Nations, attached to the KMAG, Korean Military Advisory Group. So I was lucky, seeing every day the high-ranking officers eating good food, go to party, and every day. It's unusual, those days, wartime. That is my Korean Army life. Then let's rest. The next one, I'd like to talk about how I came to the U.S. Okay, let's start now how I came to USA as an exchange student. While I was in the Army, all my friends, 3 friends are going to America to study. So I'm thinking how I can go to the America myself too. So I start writing a letter. And then after the Davidson College and reviewed my record, and I'm a Christian, and I was raised in Mokpo where the American missionaries are, many missionaries there. So we offer you full scholarship. So we give admission to Davidson. But unfortunately, in the Army, they need English interpreter officers and a medical doctor. So they cannot let go. Have to serve 5 years service. With my good position, meantime, just I wanted to get out of the Army. Then my condition is so good, I told commanding officer, Pek Inop, full scholarship. There's a lot of people, even Army officers going, you are American now, but my condition, nobody get like me, the whole scholarship, 4 years. So I need discharge. Okay?
So you got the full scholarship.
So luckily, I knew the one congressman very well. We visited what you call 국무총리, number one man. Explained to them, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna send the discharge and orders in house discharge, ready to go. Then one day, miracle is happening. One day, this congressman told me, Namyong, I'm gonna have a party at my house inviting retired American general. So I'd like to come home, I invite you and translate as interpreters. Well, okay. It was General Whitcomb, retired, who was once commanding logistic officer during the war. Yeah, the person. Then General Whitcomb asked me, Namyong, what is your situation? I explained, I gotta go to Davidson waiting for the visa. I said, but doesn't look like I'm going to get the visa within 24 months. Okay, I need interpreter, so can you work for me? But I said one condition. Once I get the visa, I have to get out. I have to go USA. Okay, at that point, you come to work tomorrow. Then, I was still young. I give you civilian car, driver, your position is head of the supply. Because that time they are building project, what they call home core. Home core project, this is making a house half American way, half the Korean way, planned to give high-ranking Korean government officials. Oh, boy. God, what kind of present you are giving me? Tomorrow, I have a drivers in a car. So I enjoyed and I'm working for General Whitcomb. Some reason my visa is not approving. But I found the reason. This congressman, few days later, well, actually his wife did, because he knows, same news, I'm got a good pay, car, private car, so. Why don't you are single, why don't you come stay our home? Congress
Yeah.
Kim Sang-dong, but don't mention. I call Kim, Congressman Kim. So I said yes. So I enjoyed my life for about 5 months, and then there are rumors among the security guards and the businessmen, Congress, and all kind of stuff. Oh, that lieutenant, maybe they call me Lieutenant Park, maybe a son-in-law, the rumors, because they treat me so nice, 5 months later, this Kim Sang-dong's wife asked me, Nam, I bet you pay so good. You save it? So, oh yes, I saved every penny in the bank, and also, I just, I had a lot of money from the army. The commanding officer Baek Sun-yeop gave order to the 12 regiment commanding officers, my aide camp. Pugan is going to America, so send the money. So I had about $6,000 American money those days.
That would have been a lot.
In the bank.
Yeah.
So I called the congressman woman, Imo. So I called the Congressman Imo Bu. So like a family.
Yeah.
So when we eat together, Imo Bu. So Imo asked me, Namyoung, the money you have a bank can loan me, I pay you back when you get the visa. So yeah, if you pay me, no problem. I give you all my deposit. I was stupid. I was innocent country boy. I should get certificate. And then this passed 1 year. Now Davidson College is sending me a letter. If you cannot make it, and this, you have to give up. The scholarship deal is not going to be affect you. I found the reason that Kim Sang-dong was the one of the #1 men who opposed Seungman Lee. Politically, even he called So Tong-young when he made a speech. One time called me, didn't say De Tong-young. So Tong-young, small.
Yeah.
So my address was Kim's home. So my background, they've been searching what kind of person is staying congressman's house. They're supporting and politically communicating all these Americans, So I'm sure government is trying to find. So I was delayed. Then, September 10, I had a telegram from Davidson College. The school is opened already. If you cannot make it within 2 days, just give up this year. Oh boy. Another interesting thing has happened. My friend who came every day took advantage of me and said, Namyoung, why don't you, let's go to tomorrow, Myeongdong, fortune teller, 점쟁이. He gonna tell you can go to America or not. But it costs a lot of money. I said, okay, I have the money. Next morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Why 5 o'clock? Well, those people tell good things in the early morning. So we took 5 o'clock in the morning, went to his hotel in the Myeongdong. It was a small hotel there. I didn't say my name. Nobody told my name. I didn't explain what purpose I came. As soon as she saw my face, said, screamed and yelled at me, no, you cannot go to the West. At that point, I don't want to ask any question. So I asked a friend, pay the money, let's go. I went home, cried, and cursed God. And first time, like in the small room, cursed God. I ask you, and I prayed every day. Now, I am missing such a good chance to go to America. Then, about 10:45, housemaid brought piece of paper. It was a telegram. You are interview 1 o'clock at the American Embassy. I knew this is a visa, so at that point, I sat down, I prayed about 30 minutes to God. I'm sorry what I've done. And the Davidson College sent the telegram to the American Embassy. We guarantee, my sponsor, even church, sent the telegram to the American Embassy. We guarantee Nam Young Park's scholarship for 4 years. Never happened before, yeah. So American Embassy was just sending me telegrams, said, come. At that point, I couldn't trust the Korean government. The demonstration was everyday affairs. Airplane offices in front of the American Embassy. I bought ticket for tomorrow. So I didn't have the time to say goodbye to my father. So I told Imo, I got a visa, I need the money. She was a completely different person. She even didn't say that, I'm sorry, it's a completely different person. You can kill me if you want to. I don't have money, you can go American. Imo, I don't have money. I just only Hugh from the American Foundation. At that point, I was so disappointed. She was the good Christian family lady deacon. Her husband was the elder of the church. At that point, I couldn't fight with the good Christians who took care of me the 5 months. So I begged even, you can make me my airfare. She rejected. No, I don't have money. So at that point I thought, no, better not to talk to her. Next morning, this is a miracle. I arrived at Davidson College with $10 in my pocket. My mother came up. I asked, bring some money for my airplane. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. This is my farewell, my mother's farewell poem. She wrote me at the airport. My son, come back when you finish your study. Come back to your family, come back to your country. So this poem I hang at my door. Every day I look at, I'm sorry, Mom. I wrote the letter, long letter to my father. As a first immigrant in Houston, I found so many things to do. I rather like to do good things in America. I like to build the Korean American Association, whatever. I like to build the churches and organize the church and the Korean church, Korean Sunday school. I did. There's a reason I stayed Houston. So thank you, God. So Let's stop. All right.